This conference will now be recorded.
Bit the bucket with it. However the hell we get that. It's a wonder you didn't get it through the front windshield.
Eric, there's packets over here. So you don't need it? You don't need it?
Oh, no. I come out quite well, but I clean it. Yeah, neighborhood. Yeah. Well, there's one lady that they wanted to order. She won't put that. Get her trees. It's too much. Branches fall.
Did you bring out extras of the packet for tonight?
And old bugs.
Here. Right here, sweetie.
Oh, my God.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It does every. Yeah.
Thank you.
They have the trash. I need a new leg.
He needs
Yeah.
to suck it up.
He hasn't really, to be honest. Not that I've noticed, I don't know what he's doing.
Well,
I'm just joking.
I'm not really.
That's what he would say. Suck it up.
But your
They just-
husband was
Uh-huh. Yep. Suck it up. Fella.
Greg has one folks that are tearing down the house.
Yeah, Greg just told me 20-something.
Like Greg has and what that's on it.
That's filling it back in through
Close
everything.
your eyes.
Filling it back in, topsoil, topsoil, everything.
I
Close
don't
your eyes.
understand why we can't do it ourselves.
Well, it's not that good, you just time it. 2 weeks.
No, we can all do it, I'm telling you. It would be an employee engagement,
Yay.
team building event.
I was talking to Dean.
As long as I get a stick of dynamite.
That's what I'm saying. They're on there.
I wouldn't.
I'm sure he will.
I would
I
do.
got enough shit to do.
Yeah, no, she said
I got enough,
I think it's
I got enough shit on other races to do. I'll get some that.
50 years ago.
Shame if somebody came in the middle of the night and torched it or something.
Just a shame.
Yeah, that's a bit of on fire.
Just a
Hey,
shame.
where's Nora Roberts? Let's get her.
Yeah.
She seems to know how to do that.
Well, it won't have any benefit to her.
She said it.
Well, that's right, she doesn't need a new electric.
How's,
I'm not there.
how's Natalie? She said,
Remember the trailer?
let's not even have that conversation.
Yeah.
I've had happen for all that.
I said,
Huh?
During the
Yeah.
special meeting, and I swear to you, that's how it started. In my last
Yeah,
day
Seville
here,
lived
being in
there.
the council meeting, I had a bad headache.
Wayne Seville.
who's gonna launch?
My head has been fine all day.
Who lived in the
Now
house?
it's hurting.
McElwee, did you do?
It's because you're stressing about stuff should get done. It'll get done.
Well, that's what you sounded, Jimmy and Wayne
That's your problem.
Seville.
So how is Bobby? Does anybody know? Bobby?
When we went to
Bobby?
school.
When I talked to Dina on Sunday, she said he was doing fine. I asked her if she thought he'd be here, and she said, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Oh.
So, he's got a minute,
Well, I didn't expect that though.
yeah.
We see Bobby not getting a check.
She said he was, didn't he go out to the league? I don't know about the league now. Did anybody see that?
He was there last Thursday.
Okay.
Huh?
Now, I think
Okay.
Max did that.
Yeah, Friday, yeah.
I'm not, maybe I'm a recall.
Well, we should wait almost.
Anyway, I saw him on Thursday.
It was
end of the month.
What's good evening, that's it. Swear again.
Sorry.
It was just.
I got candy.
Howard brought it up there.
You got the candy jar.
Was he still the mayor? No, no.
Somebody.
Oh,
Who's sitting there? Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah, it was an Aaron Council.
I just said something.
So they're doing that Friday before
Back up. Shrub. Went that way, you had hard, that was a shrub. Yeah,
Why would they?
couldn't read it that fast.
Should we wait on Bobby?
With those trucks out the back?
Or we just go with it?
6:01.
I think the truck.
6:01, we're gonna call the meeting to order. We'll start with the roll call. Dave Lee,
Tony Nally.
Lauren Norris.
Nelson Baker.
Chad Matthews.
Terry Davis. Rick Huntsberg.
All right. Everybody get a chance to look over the minutes, review the minutes? Anybody have anything they'd like to add, change? Nope. All right, can we get a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. All right, I guess everybody, the treasury report coming?
Gotcha. Pulling up here now. The water fund at the end of December had an ending balance of $97,701.99. Highlights there. We received $43,976.63 in water, sewer, and sanitation collections. Of that, $13,351.89 was actual sewer collections. And 17,594.71 in sanitation collections. I think I wrote that back. Water collections was 13,351.89. Sewer collections was 17,594.71, and sanitation was $3,030.03. We paid RFP Inc. $1,250 for repaving Potomac Street after the water leak repair. We paid WRA $1,913.36 for the Crestview bypass project, and we earned interest that month of $1,380.47. The water fund user fee restricted account had an ending balance of $1,458,852.39. The only action in that account was interest earned of $1,702.27. The American Rescue Fund's ending balance of $870,002.27. We paid Aero Consulting $13,890.15 for services at the reservoir. We paid Xylem Dewatering Solutions $3,914.15 for water tank fill supplies for the new reservoir. We paid WRA $423.85 for reservoir replacement services, and we paid HRI Inc. $72,508.75 for ongoing work at the reservoir, and we also earned interest of $2,375.92. And the sewer fund had an ending balance of $440,975.56. We paid Associated Mechanical Equipment $26,680 for the replacement pump at the Route 34 pump station, and we had interest earned of $389.26. The sewer fund user fee restricted account had an ending balance of $377,005.24. The only action in the account for the month was interest earned of $805.17. And that is it.
Tony, I have a question.
Yeah.
We made $1,380 on 97,000, but only made $1,702 on 1,458,000. I know there's an explanation, I just wondering what it is.
Made
And interest.
$1,700 on the water fund restricted account.
Yeah,
And
we only made $1,702 on 1.4 million. I just,
1380 on the 97,000.
yeah, I just caught my eye, I'm just kind of curious
Sure.
about it.
Let
Thought
me
maybe it
pull
was
up the
missing.
treasurer's report while you're looking at that, the detailed treasurer's report, and see if I can give you some more information. I don't think the interest on those two are that much different. I know that the one is.
Remember, the rate that's quoted to you is yearly. You have to divide it by 12 to see what the monthly income would be from interest. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
Should be monthly, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, they should accrue it every month.
It should.
Every month, and open the deposit.
Where did you see that?
Is it? On here.
Bet. Bet.
Huh? That'll be on the other reports, Tony, on the tab, other, I believe, right?
Yeah, but the print's so small, I'm not trying to. Yeah. The water user fee was 1702.27, that's what I said, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then the other one was on,
97,701.
Well, restricted, are we allowed to earn interest? Rachel? Restricted, are we allowed to earn interest? On restricted accounts, are we allowed to earn interest?
I'm not seeing a reason for it, if, I can find out.
We can skip over it,
Yeah. No, yeah.
I just, it just caught my eye, you know.
Yeah.
There was a hell of a difference between 1.4 million and 97,000.
Depends what kind of account it's in, too.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was thinking.
Percentage account. Percentage rate for each account.
Let me make a note and find out, because I don't have the.
That's fine, Tony.
Yeah, I
Thank
don't
you.
see it in here. Thank you.
Anybody else, any questions, concerns? All right, can we get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report. I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Anybody opposed?
Was that Nelson who seconded it? Okay.
Yes.
I'm not used to seeing you up there.
I don't recognize your voice yet. Wow.
Doesn't look like we're gonna have public comment unless Eric would like to say something.
He talks too much.
Don't open the door for him.
He talks too much.
I heard that. Who are you anyway? What do you do? Absolutely not.
All right, then we'll move on to old business updates. Okay, we got the reservoir at Crestview, they're both linked. The reservoir, as you all know, is finished, construction. They are insulating the control building. Concrete walls are putting insulation in, they're getting ready to put the doors and louvers in. Once they put the doors, windows, and louvers in, then they're gonna start bringing in the equipment. And start installing that, so. Crews did take a break. HRI shut down the project during December. Primary reason was their Pennsylvania contractor. Most of Pennsylvania goes hunting about 2 weeks.
They all leave.
It rolls right into Christmas. It was cold. We said, look, we're not giving you extra days, but if you want to close the job down, they did. But January 3rd or January 4th, whenever we came back, their guys were back. So they are back on site every day and they're working up there.
They didn't do any work in December, right? Because we didn't get an invoice. Okay.
Wouldn't have got one because there was no work done. Crestview, that was a job that we awarded. HRI was the winners of that. You guys had a review of that, if you recall. All the contract documents have been signed. The notice to proceed has not been issued yet, but we did get the grading permit and they have done construction stakeout.
It looks like they got the street or the road marked down there.
Yes, they did their construction stakeout. I think right at the exact moment, frankly, they're all kind of in a holding pattern for the snowstorm that's coming. As you guys know, a lot of equipment companies, a lot of times do move snow, stuff like that. So I'll keep you updated. And between you, me, and the fence post, I would rather not see them out there digging holes until after this storm is over, because the amount of snow they're talking about, you know what it does on the windrows, you know how deep it gets. That's where they're working. They're working on the shoulder. You know what that's going to be like. So, let's just hold tight and see how things go. We do have in February, Mid-Atlantic Contractors is coming in. We're going to be test fitting the line in Potomac Street to find where that 4-inch is. So we can figure out a solution and a plan to avoid that choke point. I think we've talked about that a number of times. Everybody familiar with that?
Now, is Mid-Atlantic coming in just a test pit or they?
Just a test pit.
Okay, I didn't know if they were.
That-
the job.
If we decide what we're going to do, any contractor that does work like in Potomac Street or Main Street needs to be like a Mid-Atlantic contractor. What I mean by that is a contractor that's used to working in urban settings. Contractors that work out in the open field, like Dean South, stuff like that. There's no electric lines, there's no houses, there's no sheds, there's no cars. It's a big field. But when you get into urban settings, you really want to have a contractor that has some experience doing that, or you end up with a lot of very expensive mistakes.
The tracker removes all the lines.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It does a fine for a job with that.
So they're coming out, and the reason for that is the council wants to address the issue, but we have to know exactly where the 4-inch line is. Greg knows where one end of it is, because he had to fix it. We think we know where the other end, but we need to make darn sure, because the last thing, how can we get a price if we don't know exactly where it ends? So that's what we're going to be working on and come back to you in February with the results of that, and then some sort of a plan to go forward. So
How they plan on test pitting? Are they gonna?
Hydro excavator.
Okay. Stacking them now?
Just the holes. I can get them close. They're not gonna have a whole bunch of holes. I can get them like, for me to Richard Kitchen, I never needed someone is.
I didn't know if they were having a mini.
we picked them because they do a 6-inch hole.
Yeah.
Everybody else, we talked to test pit, like they told Greg, oh, you gotta cut us a 4-foot by 4-foot hole, you gotta excavate out the road, then we'll come dig it. Greg's like, shit, I might as well just dig down and find out myself if I'm gonna do all that. When they come in with the hydro excavators, it's just a 6-inch hole. They just go straight down, find the pipe, verify what it is, and then they can backfill it very quickly, and they put cold patch or hot mix right on the top of it, and they're done. It doesn't peel back up from the plows, it doesn't do any of those. That's where we are on those two projects. Rachel, did you have anything else to add? She keeps paying the bills really well. I don't get it. No contractors give me a hard time about that. Do they get paid?
All right. How about the water and sewer capacity study?
I did not get a chance to put together something to you for the rest of that water discussion. I was busy with Chase 6 and Crestview, but I will have something for you next month.
Summer Street.
He just updated Joe Potomac Street.
Oh, okay. Rolled it all in there together, so. Whole business. Anybody else have any questions, concerns? All right, moving on to new business. Nelson, I'd like to welcome you. Hope you're here for a long time. We'll see.
This looks good setting up there, doesn't it?
Yes.
Almost.
Nice to give it a try.
You need a better coat.
Maybe he needs a black robe.
And white wig.
Welcome, welcome. Getting serious.
They didn't get the picture.
I don't know. All right.
All right. Pete?
Sorry, guys, as you know, we hauled our first big batch of sludge away, and it cost us like $43,000 to haul it all away. We took it to the dump while we was waiting on Senate Road to come back with a quote for us on the proposal to haul it and put it on the field somewhere. I finally got back with this, and they want to charge us $57.88 a wet ton. So, which is a big difference, cheaper to go with them. We, like I said, we paid $43,000 to haul to the dump. These guys, by them coming and land applying it somewhere, they'll be able to do it for less than $30,000 for the same amount that we hauled. Like, we hauled 448,000 tons of sludge away, 448 tons of sludge away. So, and then what they'll do it for is less than like 27,000 for the same price we paid 43. So we're gonna have to, I guess we're gonna have to get approval to go with this company and do this, so we'll do it the next time. So it'll be a lot cheaper going than having to do it. We'll have to do a little more testing out the plant and stuff, but that's no big deal. This is a pretty big savings in my opinion. It's like $17,000 cheaper, but around the same amount of sludge that we haul again, so.
So they have the land application permits and you don't have to have it?
I already got all that.
Or,
You got,
so they're using our permit?
they got their stuff, but we got permits and stuff to have them all. So.
How much is the 448 tons? How much that represent for a
That
time?
was for a 15-month period,
15 months.
15 months. So.
Now, do you think it's drying out any better since you put your fans in the back?
This fan is because it's up.
Say
The
57.
main thing too was keeping ammonia.
Cents or $57.
Because, it was really starting to mess with Jesse, being in there, moving around and stuff. He's going home smelling like it, it's in his urine and everything, that's how it's going, goes in there. So,
Always fun.
with these fans, that's really helped a lot, it keeps the air moving in there, keeps it going through. If you don't smell it, like people do, plus it has really helped out, making it dry too. We averaged, we did good on the average of drying it out, we had an average of 18% solid, which was really good. So as long as we're 15%, we're within our permit guidelines. Anything above that, we're good. It's even better yet, so.
Where are they taking it, Pete?
I don't know where, you probably, most likely, they're gonna probably take it to Virginia.
And they're assuming all responsibility once it's on their truck,
Yeah, once it's
whatever
on the
happens
truck.
to it.
They gotta do all the testing on the land, the farm, wherever they're going. They'll have to check for the pH, the ammonia, the nitrogen, all that's on them. But we're gonna have to keep it at a certain level of ourselves. We'll have to do sour tests and all that kind of stuff like that to keep it to where it's able to be land applied. If it's not, then you have to take it to the dump. The only reason why we took it to the dump this time is because, like I said, we had 15, we had a heck of a pile in there. And we were still waiting on these guys to get back to us. They took a good old time. But at least they did come back with a decent quote. They'll save us some money. So, I mean, you're probably only looking at altogether with having them hauled away each year and us buying the coagulant and running everything. You're probably not even gonna spend $60,000 or $70,000 a year to do that for everything. When we were paying almost $220,000 to haul it before that. So this has been a great investment, putting this press in.
Well, before too, I mean, what was the solid and what was liquid?
It was all liquid, it was 1 to 1.5%. So it was all liquid.
Solid stuff.
So we would haul it to MCI, and then they would do their thing and put it through the press, so the belt, they have a belt press over there. And then they had Senator come over, they would take it from them, and then they would take it to either to a company where they would make pellets out of fertilizer, or then they would take it somewhere from them. Yeah, like I said, we were spending like over $200,000 a year for the last time, tailors to haul it all the way, with and MCI. So we're probably saving about $150,000, $160,000 a year now.
I think the price was over $1 million.
For the whole job was about 2.2 million, but the press itself was 475,000, I think. Because you also build a big storage building with this and all, that was all in the agreement with the
Front end.
the front end loader too was $276,000. So, yeah, there was a lot into it. But the press itself was, I think, like $475,000.
Saving money, chipping away.
If it's paper itself, I mean, most of that was done with grant money too, so I mean, that really helped out the town. So it's really been a great investment for the town. It's working out good.
So once we load it and it goes out the gate, it's totally their responsibility.
Because they're taking it to their land. It was the same way with Apple Valley when they took it away in the holiday, they took it to the dump. So,
The one, I read where we need to keep the loader on site. Do we operate or do they?
yeah, we operate.
Okay.
Yes, we will be operating.
And their operating hours, that you tell them when to come or?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll let them know when I think we got enough in the building where we can't transfer it around, and keep getting it dried out more than we like. That's space operating there. That's what will happen. So it'll probably be once a year.
So when did we haul it the last time?
We just hold it in September.
In September, so you won't be ready.
Oh, wait a minute, no, we hold it in, we ended it, so we hold it for like a couple, it's probably like a month and a half, hold it for a long time. Because we can only use 20 ton bins. So that's all really allowed to use the whole sludge bed. So, but we started in late June or early July and went to, right to beginning of September. So we were home for like almost 2 months. These guys will come and do it all in 1 day or 2 days.
But you don't anticipate needing them to come to take any away until late fall.
Yeah, probably towards the end of this year or beginning of next year sometime. Like I said, that was 15 months
Okay.
that we waited.
So we might not have to have it done this year at all.
We might not have to. It just depends on how much waste we produce.
More houses, more waste.
But I guess you guys,
So you're recommending that we go with them?
yes, it's gonna save you money. Like I said, it's only gonna cost around 30,000.
It's something we should make a motion for, or is it just you put it in the budget for, you're probably might not
I
even.
think you guys have.
We're budgeted for the hauling, but you're gonna need to make a motion so that we can switch from the hauling to the land application process with Citigroup.
Okay.
Like I said, it's $57.88 a wet ton is what you're charging.
Then we go with Citigroup or flip falling in the future.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? Motion carries. Okay.
Greg, did that come?
Yes, the A&R pilot program, ready for that?
Yep, right, all the meter companies come down there and talk to us, they came back down, we're gonna end up doing the pilot program with Ford Line, that is the meters that you guys remember had leak detection technology on them. They do leak detection, homeowner protection side, they'll do temperature, let you know if the water gets too cold in the pipes, and we've already installed the 20 meters. He come down, talked to us, Rachel looked over the contract and that, we were all three and talking to them, and I am gonna start reading them tomorrow, so we put them in last week at this time, so we're just gonna we saw a couple already had little final leaks on them. So I'm gonna
This
take,
is where they're all installed.
yep, so I'm gonna take the unit out tomorrow, I'm gonna go around and read them, then I'll send it over so vet them can see it. It seems like a good program, so we'll see. I mean, if we put 20 of them out, spread out through town, we start finding leaks with them, that's what we need to start holding with. Every time we replace meters in town, we need to start putting these meters in. Especially if they do what they say they're gonna do.
Did you just randomly pick? Or did
Yeah, yeah, we randomly picked.
What was that?
No, we
350,
didn't
40?
randomly pick.
You randomly picked them through town. You spread them out.
He said that we didn't necessarily have to be side by side each other. So we wanted to concentrate on
I mean-
Orchard, Ford, and Lakin, which are the older parts.
What I was thinking, did you use water usage excess?
I used old meters.
But they're old, billing excessive or beyond, like a single house.
Well, we
Is any
didn't
of
really
that
have any
okay?
excessive users on those streets, really.
Okay.
But, so we chose old meters that hopefully these will stay in and we don't have to do any more, Public Works doesn't have to do any more, switching in and out. We also did it on strategic. They have to be so far apart to ping off each other. So we did it that way. So there was 5 on Ford, 5 on Orchard, 5 on Lakin, and 5 on St. Paul. So it kind of creates kind of like a grid. So we could get like a coverage for the area.
Now, when you say they have to be so far apart, I mean, what happens, like, if we go with the whole town with
Then it's
it?
even better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We were
so
trying to
that's
get
how close
as
together.
much as we could for our buck, you know?
And the perfect scenario, they'll go at 350 feet, if you stand out and play, that's a perfect scenario. So the closer you got them, like side by side, you're just helping yourself out.
Yeah, so that's not something you would do all at once, that would be
Right.
like gradual, you replace them as you need to.
Meters are replaced every 20 years. They
Okay,
got 20-year lifespan.
the whole town is switched over.
Yeah.
We were just trying to get the most for the money right now to check where leaks were on those 3 streets.
I
So,
think you see me buy like $25,000 worth of meters every year, and I switch them out. We're doing it. I take the oldest meters, be cool.
So do you have any inventory of the old meters?
Still getting ready to change them out. I do have some right now. She's
I got my list ready
getting ready
today.
to make, we gotta talk to her, she's getting ready. I'm gonna keep like 5 on the shelf.
Yeah.
The rest of them are gonna go in, and we're gonna get rid of the oldest ones we have in town.
And then the only other cost, Rachel, you were saying was that we had some software updates that we had to do.
$2,000.
Okay. So we don't have to do anything else to make all this work right now. We're all good.
Not for right now, no.
And if you switch to these in the long run, you won't have to pay that again. That's all, you won't have to do that again.
Okay, that's a one and done for the upgrade or whatever that software we had to.
Well, we're gonna have to pay Kuzi, the billing system, something.
That was the 2,000.
That was the
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah, so I'm sure our contract with them will probably increase, but probably not much.
And it's not that much. to
Yeah.
begin with.
And then we'll have software with Fortiline that there is a package with that per year. So yes, there is.
Same as we do now. We pay a package, we pay a fee now through Neptune.
Yes,
But
we
as
do.
far as the pilot goes right now, that should be pretty much all the expenses for the 90 days while we're trying these out.
He gave you the antenna and all that stuff, so much up. He said I could probably set the shop and grab all of them, probably not have to leave the shop off on that tomorrow morning.
You're gonna read.
I'm gonna bring them tomorrow morning just to see.
But we will have to maintain 2 billings, so,
Until you get them all switched. yes.
right, so we are going to have to pay Neptune and Camstruck if you decide to stay with Camstruck, for the maintenance. So just keep that in
That'll
mind.
be ongoing until we switch everything over.
Correct. Unless a Neptune goes under or something, but I don't foresee that, but
These softwares are not that much money. I mean, I understand, like, we don't want to be paying for 2 things at once, but it's not that much. So it's not a deal breaker by any means.
Switch them as fast as we can.
What's that?
Fast as we get them switched over, get them switched over. Every year, just budget a little bit extra money. Start
And
working.
how much more are these meters than what we're
They're
paying?
about the same price.
Okay, okay.
Very good, ask you some good question.
It's never a dumb question.
What kind of leaks have you found? What kind?
I haven't, I'll find out tomorrow.
Okay.
So when I put the unit in, it automatically would tell me. So I took a Neptune unit out, the first house when you turn on Grove Lane, first one on the right. I looked down, took that Neptune meter out, it had 0.00 flow rate. I put this new meter in there and it had 0.8 flow rate.
So it's finding a toilet leak in the house.
So it's it picked up water at a lower rate than what that Neptune meter was.
plus if we read every day, which Shannon with Fortiline was saying, some of these towns, what they do is they have like either a public works or an officer, like a police officer, put this tablet in their car while they're patrolling, and it reads all the time while they're patrolling the town.
Wow.
And so you get readings 24/7, or however long the police officer.
Sports guys can have it while they're riding around. I mean,
Yep.
I mean,
Yep. Yeah,
How much on the tablets?
They're not.
I already have
we
it.
had one. Yeah.
I had one for my leak detection for pods and I just used it. When he puts the software in there.
So you can imagine in that.
Well, I know they're not, I know those guys don't ride around, but
In that example you gave me, if there's thousands of customers, that's our water loss.
Well, if you add up
Yeah.
0.08 over 1,700 customers.
So that's what we're to Yvette's point, that we're missing, but we're not getting the revenue.
It's unaccounted for.
it's unaccounted water loss, yeah.
Correct.
We'll let you know, I'll let you know tomorrow, I'll send an email, I'll let you know what it found, what it finds.
It's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
So the other software that we had to purchase for 2,000,
So they put a software already on my computer that I'll be able to see the readings and the activity. It's Koozie side that imports those readings into the billing.
okay.
So we have the software to see the readings. We just don't have the software set up yet to import those readings into our billing system for those 20 meters.
Pretty neat, like Mr. Kitchen gets his water line leak, like remember them angry customers from there, I don't know if you were in here yet, he remembers, remember that boy walking on Main Street that had a leak on his side? His line busted, it'll work my telephone, tell me, in the middle of the night.
The one that did the illegal
Was you here?
repair,
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was here or not,
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't remember.
been here for a long time now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I remember some of the angry customers,
Yeah.
so it'll alert you and let you know that kind of stuff too.
So with these new meters that are installed right now, if one of those homes had a major water leak, would we get a notification?
It would, once I started, I haven't started. yet.
Okay,
We have to set up those kind of things in the system first. I mean,
Okay.
because that's going to take a while.
She's not gonna get it because it's on her computer, she won't get it till the next day she comes in, but if I got it set up on my tablet, I'll get it whenever it's with me.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, once you do the readings, I'll be able to see the
Yeah,
readings.
once I do the readings, she'll see it.
I'll
But
see the
alerts,
readings.
like emergencies.
It gets
come in.
transmitted to it's in the cloud.
Okay,
So it's not like from a tablet and you have to import it. You have to go and hook it up to a computer. Those readings go into Fort Align's cloud.
okay.
So anybody who's on the software, Fort Align software, and you're hooked up to their cloud, you can see those readings. Like I can see other towns' readings right now.
Interesting.
I can set temperature at 32 degrees, and lets me know if the water gets too cold in the pipe, and or it freezes. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
So once we get through one billing cycle, we're gonna have a lot more data.
Oh, we've got a ways to go before we can get to the billing system.
Okay,
And we've got a whole pretty much, month and a half before we like get scared of not getting ready. So Koozie's already been contacted. They're already working on it. So they have a ticket open right now. So we're just waiting for them to respond back to the ticket. They have everything set up. They've already been on our server. They've already been in our billing system. They've dealt with Fort Align before.
okay.
So I think they have a template they already have. So
So it sounds
we're just
like
waiting for
easy.
them, really.
Good.
So I initially, I guess, that the week before we put the meters in, I put a ticket in for Koozie just so we have it ready. So
Same install and go.
So will you be able to compare the first reading of the new meters with what the old meters were registering for that same house? Like for a quarter?
well, so it's just I think we're gonna have to treat it like a change out. So we'll have some reading on the old meter, and then we'll have a reading on the new meter. So for these 20 customers, they're going to have 2 meters on their water bill
1 quarter.
for the 1 quarter, correct? So what we could do is we could see how many days the old meter was on and do like a kind of like an average daily, and then do how many days the new meter was on and do the same to see
But
what
once you
it
get
was.
out of this first initial reading, this quarter we're in, that you did the install, then when we get into the next quarter where you do a full reading cycle, then we can compare what those.
But I don't know what you're comparing.
Well, what they were reading before.
So
So
if you
what the
take-
old Neptune meter read versus what these new.
So you can take the quarter of April, May, and June, compare it to
Well,
last year's.
Yes, I know, but
Curious to know if there's gonna be a huge discrepancy.
I don't know. It might, I mean, like he said, it's gonna it's gonna read more water going
Right,
through the
that's
meter.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So we need to look at that
Yeah,
data to
but-
see.
I don't know how accurate that'll, I don't know. I don't know if you compare. I don't know how you would compare that,
Yeah,
so.
I was actually thinking the same thing before you said it. If we were a private business and the boss would say, well, let's do a cost benefit analysis, how much did this investment, we'd have to go through just the same as Pete's Press.
Well, I think for that kind of comparison, you would need a data flow every day for the old meter. And
I don't think anybody's gonna ask.
yeah, I don't know how we would do that.
But being that we're doing this at the same time we're doing the reservoir, the same, that's kind of interesting.
I think the most that it's gonna benefit is if we see stuff in lines, our lines. Other than, not just the customer's line, but if it is showing anything else, I think it's gonna be interesting.
Like saddle leaking or something like that. You
Yep.
start picking up
Mhm.
4 or 5 gallon a minute
Mhm.
leaks.
Yeah.
That started adding up.
Yep.
It's unaccounted for, Lord.
Yep.
It's all good stuff. I'm just wanting to see how much information we can pull from
Look
it.
at your old bill, just take your old bill and look at it,
That's
see
what
what
I'm
you
saying.
average, like for April, May,
I
yeah,
don't have a new meter.
I'll get you one.
You just sit there all day and look at it.
My wife has every freaking water bill that we've had ever since we moved in that house in 1991, so I can do that for you.
Wow.
Anyway.
I'm not that.
Just saying.
Why?
Why not?
Why? Don't ask questions.
Why?
She likes to know what things cost, so. Doesn't cost me nothing, it's just paper. Moving on.
Moving on. All right, well, say thanks for you guys stepping up and, deciding which way to go, because I mean, last thing you all need is us randomly picking a meter and having you have to deal with it with your job when, we don't understand it.
Well, we'll see how it integrates with the billing system. I think you're asking too quickly.
If it doesn't do good, you can install one at my house.
Yeah, her size, all you gotta worry about, my size, it ain't no different to me. It's no different, I don't care what it is, what kind of meter you put in there, it's all the same to me.
Your meters.
Don't take me no longer, no shorter. It is what it is, I mean, I hope it finds, I know it picked up, I saw it pick up one of her.
That's good.
And that was sitting there at 0.
I mean, that'll chip away our water loss too.
Yeah.
A little bit helps. All right, next thing, town specs.
So back in 2016, when we updated the spec book, we made it all domestic only. All the part numbers and everything was domestic. Here in the last couple of weeks, I've been noticing these parts coming in from out here in Huntsbury Brothers. Some are saying China on it, some are saying India on it. So we contacted AY McDonald. AY McDonald, they come down and Ferguson talked to me and Rachel in the vet. They have since took some of their parts and made them foreign now, China. So we need to take them out of spec book. We need to take the meter lids, the risers, and replace them with Bingham & Taylor. Bingham & Taylor is a local company that's been around forever. They're out of Virginia. So it's really, just wanted to bring it to you guys. It's really something simple for us, but just wanted to let you guys know. See what you could, see if you guys had, there's not too many domestic made companies out there left. They need to send their stuff overseas to get it done. It's just cheaper for them, they said, to do it that way. So, so they went ahead and, they had Bingham & Taylor, they gave us all the new numbers they put in, they sent it over to me and Rachel. Just that thing, we just have to get it, this does not affect us none at all. The prices are about the same, this is just for contractors. So when they go to bid a job, they come and we need to get them for Dean North, so we don't end up with a bunch of foreign parts for Dean North.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And the overseas thing will have tariffs, so. it's gonna make it a little higher.
It's just that,
Oh, plus too, I mean, you don't want something that in 5 years, you're not gonna be able to get a replacement for it.
exactly.
Also.
Yeah, so it's just the meter lid, the riser, just the steel part, so it is.
Do we need to make a motion?
I'd say you do, right?
Rachel?
To change the spec book, somebody has to make.
I'll make a motion, we
Drew?
change the spec book.
I would say yeah too. If you're changing the spec, and we can send it over to you, Rachel has it too. Rachel has the new information that needs to be put in. It's just a couple part numbers. All you're doing is taking the old shit out, putting the
We
new
should
in.
have it on record that we
Yeah.
changed it, so you got yourself a motion down there.
All right, we got a motion, get a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Tap fee, Drew, for McDonald's?
Okay, so as you all know, McDonald's has filed a site plan with the planning commission. As we set up our new procedures, you recall one of the things that you all asked for is you wanted to be able to track numbers. You wanted to know how many caps you had, how many didn't. We adopted a fixture unit count policy. They submitted a fixture unit count for the McDonald's that they plan to build, 6.5 caps. So I know that says hives, but I sent that to McDonald's as an example, and they basically in red put in their numbers.
Oh,
So that's what's going on there.
okay.
I asked them for a clean one, but I'll get one for the file, but this is what it is. This is going from their architectural drawings, counting all the fixture units. Then they use it's actually a total of 158 EDUs. That unit of measure. But we also have an adjustment factor. Remember, heading to convenience store, gas station, whatever it might be, et cetera. In their particular case, they are a restaurant. See how they highlighted it there? The adjustment factor is 0.41. That gets us to 65 EDUs, or 6.5 water taps, 6.5 sewer taps. That's what they need. For the site plan to get approved and for it to move forward, you all would have to certify that we can give them those taps. We do have the capacity for 6 taps.
Okay, so you said 6.5.
Right, because it's 10 FUs equal an EDU. 10 fixture units equals 1 EDU. So if they have a total of 65 fixture units, that's divided by 10, would be 6.5.
So we don't go to 7, we go down.
We have never talked about that. That was never addressed in the
We
fixture
can't do
unit count.
halves.
Yeah, I think
We can't do
can round
halves.
up.
I don't think I ever want to round down.
Well, no.
Or you could charge them 6.5.
We don't go by halves either.
I know. So
We could go up.
the general rule of thumb is for rounding, at least from when I was in high school, I don't know if it's
That
changed.
hasn't changed.
5 and up, you round up, so that would be 7.
7.
Well, I would say even if it was 6.1, we would round it up to 7 because we're not gonna charge them less. And
Same way with workers. If you need 6.1 workers, you need 7.
Gotcha.
I'm with you.
Correct.
Tang and Yvette, just in the UK Water Board meeting last week, in their information, they had this exact example and they rounded up.
I'm just saying, we don't want to ever round down.
You can't sell a half a cap.
Exactly, we don't sell half caps. So,
They just talked about it.
So what we'd be looking for, if you're comfortable with it, is approval of 7 taps for McDonald's for water and sewer. Without that approval, the site plan will stay unapproved. That's how this works.
And then your other comment was we do have capacity, which we haven't really gotten into yet, because
We do, but I think all of us sitting here know that there's more than 50 or 60. So I don't think that 7 is gonna be the end all be all.
I'm telling you.
and then Dean South is how many?
56, but it was all right on the chart.
Okay, that was accounted for. I know the numbers floating around out there, and I don't have it nailed down yet, and I don't want to just.
How about I do that? It's up to you. We could wait until next month. Or you can do a conditional approval, and I will send you the backup of the last time we accounted for it. You can see exactly how many there are.
I would rather we do the conditional approval. I don't want to hold anything up. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you all feel about it, Terry.
Well, if we might just approve it, I mean, you're gonna approve it. If you're conditionally approve it, you're gonna approve it
They've already
anyway,
started.
because you're not gonna take it away, I don't think, are you? It's 6.5, it's 7, it's 7.
You're basically not gonna tell them those they can't come in.
It's 7 EDUs. Period.
It's 7.
Wait, the site plan has not been approved though.
The site plan cannot be approved without a certification from the waters, from the
So
BMUC.
that, don't feel pressured.
If you want to wait till next month, I have no problem with that. Or I can send it out to you all and until the last time that we calculated these numbers, what they were. It's up to you,
But it's been before the planning commission twice now, right?
3 times.
Well, the last time, according to our old method,
Yes,
I think we had 89, if I remember correctly.
yes.
I can dig it out. I think we're fine, but I just, like I said, we haven't really gotten to that part of it, but you all can make your approval. I'm just, like I said, I don't have numbers in front of me yet. It's okay.
Well, Drew, you probably have it on the computer,
Do we
right?
have them somewhere?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got it.
We got
Yeah, you probably have them right there.
I would say just approve it based on what we.
You
talked
could,
about.
once you conditionally approve it, if they break ground or start to do something with it, then.
You're here now. You
That
might as
doesn't
well look
necessarily
at it.
have to go
Yeah,
back.
but doesn't the planning commission have a meeting? They gotta give a final approval, right? Next week.
Based on the past numbers, based on the past numbers I've heard, it's anywhere from 60 to 80. I make a motion, we approve the site plan with 7 EDUs.
All right,
I'll
we
second
have
that.
a second with Dave, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Anybody abstain?
You have 0.9 taps in your pocket.
Build it, they shall
All
come.
right, the motion carries.
I'll still send out the capacity reports. The one that we did go over to everybody's satisfaction, if I remember the wastewater capacities. Nobody had a problem with that, that was pretty straightforward.
Do we have a lot more wastewater capacity than we have water capacity?
Yes.
We actually can build on the wastewater capacity too, can't we, Pete?
You have 920 taps available at the wastewater treatment. On the water side, you're in the hole if you count King Road, if you count Fox Gap. If you count all of those, just give me a second, I'll pull it up.
I thought they were off the table.
Well, back to my original thinking, if they haven't been paid for, they.
Well, here's what the problem, this is from the water and sewer, and I know you guys are seeing this quickly. This number down here, I know it's too small, everybody can't see it, let me blow it up. Hold on, I'll blow it up.
Control plus.
See this number right here? 336,000. See that number?
Because you got click happy.
We got it.
You're
Huh?
clicking. Take his finger away.
It wants an email or something. That's all at King Road. That's all of the Fox Gap Preserve. We gotta break that number down. That's what we were discussing at our last meeting, is what are we going to count for future growth? Do we count it? I'm jumping ahead because I didn't get it done for this meeting, but what we're talking about is when you know a subdivision is coming, when do you start accounting for its capacity? When it files a site plan? When you're aware of it? When they file a concept plan? That's what we were discussing. I think we all discussed very clearly that it's really not fair to balance our water and sewer system against 2 massive developments that aren't anywhere close to doing anything in the next 5 years. Why would you do that? That means you're gonna tell everybody else they can't have anything because these guys that don't even have plans filed are doing something. Remember, it was first come, first served. What we never discussed and what we need to discuss next month in great detail is how much of your capacity are you reserving for future growth? What makes that decision? Is the decision just because they dropped in a concept plan with 1,934 units and you just reserve all the capacity? I think that's a little ridiculous. I don't think that's reasonable.
First thing you do is don't come back later.
Right. Do you wait until they actually file a site plan? No, that seems like you waited to the last minute.
Too far.
Too far. When do you do it? A concept plan? You start talking about the numbers? That's my question. Because if I take this number of 336,000 and I turn to 0, and we look at our capacities that we have, this is why I didn't want to do this like this.
But Drew, since I talked too much, and you're still doing it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of look at it like I'm going to the store to buy 20 loaves of bread. There's no bread reserved for anybody. Forget that whole deal. If I walk in and I want 20 loaves and they say, well, we don't have 18, you only buy 18 loaves. I don't worry about it. You can't worry about reserving bread for somebody. I mean,
Well, box cap's been going on for 20 years.
well, and as far as we know, King Road is defunct.
They have no interest in it right now, unless somebody else buys it out.
Their annexation agreement is null and void.
I've always said, unless they bought, paid for,
Then, well, I go back to my bread example. I don't go to the store and say I want loaves of bread, and they say, oh, we already got a guy paid for 6 loaves, but it hadn't picked them up yet. This is all stuff that's got to be discussed. I always did have a problem with this first come, first serve. What the hell does that mean? You know?
Right. Well, and the other thing that this report does that I wanted to explain is one of the requirements is to take your highest water source
You gotta get
and
it.
0 it out, which is your springs. Well, that puts you in a deficit day 1, because it's one of your primary sources. I don't disagree with MDE's idea that you need to take one of your primary production facilities and knock them out, just to see how well the system does. That's a good test for safety. But by the same token, you correct me if I'm wrong, you're the one that told me that spring's been flowing for over 100 years, and it's never stopped, ever.
Oh, God.
It's not.
I finally found my old.
Jesus.
Okay. It took me a little while, but I got it. So our most recent capacity was 92 EDUs.
Right.
That takes into account 18 for TT&K, 8 for Easter Day, 56 for Dean South, and 48 for Battlefield Estate. Highs, there were 3 set in there, and St. Paul, that little concept up there, was even 4. So we're good. It's just that we need to figure out which.
Let's vote on it. I will make sure that is one of the primary things we discuss next week. To go over the
Dean South is
water
not paid for
capacity
overtime.
report that WRE did from you, understand the numbers,
Yeah.
and make some assumptions
I went over
of
that.
how we're
Jesse
going
did
to
that.
We
do
need
it.
to know who we're gonna plug those numbers.
You all
It's all
have
over
to
the
think
freaking
yourselves
place.
as to what do you think is good planning,
It's just
Right.
when, and
not a good
as
one.
soon as I hear about somebody doing something, I let the utilities commission know, I let the planning commission know. Tractor Supply, they haven't filed anything officially. But when the engineers start calling me, I start saying stuff to you guys, so that you guys are thinking, oh, it's probably gonna be 4 or 5 tabs, or, so that we can talk about that, but we need to formalize what we're going to include in our capacity management. Because I don't think it's fair to say you're gonna include every possible stitch of land within the town that could be developed today, we have to have all the capacity today. That's not true. That's not true.
You know what reminds me of Drew? And I'm sorry I told you.
So we
Don't
approved
bring
that.
this crap up.
Yes.
It's gonna snow. The store should have ordered more bread.
They did.
We annexed all this property. We should have been doing something about this water capacity way before the sharks at the door. But that's not none of our faults. But it is. Things like that analogy.
We're planning.
I'm still trying to figure out what you're gonna do with 20 loaves of bread.
But you're actually buying those loaves of bread. You're actually paying money for those. So we have 56 taps out here at Dean South. So we reserve them, and we have some of them on the sheet, but we don't have payments for all those taps.
Right now. But you've already committed it through the site plan and the certification for water and
But
sewer.
at what point should we be committing that? Shouldn't they be putting some payment up for those?
Because when their site plan expires, so does their water and sewer taps.
And they're out there moving.
And
around.
when is that expiration?
We don't have one yet, but we're looking to write something from the attorney that'll make it 3 years.
Yeah, there should be an expiration.
Set it
Because
for
we-
a few years.
because we have-
If you hold it.
Because we have unpaid invoices in our system now for some taps, water and sewer taps for Dean South. So they're open invoices with no payment.
What does that have to do with this discussion?
Well, it just is like we don't have any money to, like, you're looking for money to build stuff and we need that money. Right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we need that money.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation, but we need to figure that out, because if we're gonna bill them and we don't give them a deadline on when it has to be paid, there's gotta be, yeah, that's another conversation.
Yeah, but if they have an approved site plan, they should pay right then and there. And if they never build anything, that's a whole different discussion. Does that make sense?
Well, there has to be a process.
It's like any of your other empty lots in town. If somebody has an empty lot in this town, there's 3 or 4 around, there are lots that they could build on. Are you holding capacity for them? No, you're not.
No.
And let's say for whatever reason, let's just say a what if. Let's say we go through this water calculation next month and we determined that, oh crap, we gave away too many to McDonald's. Just saying what if, right? Gave too many away. Then Dean North waits till there's taps.
Let me qualify, we didn't give anything away, we sold.
Right. But do you see what I mean? That's how it works. And then all of a sudden, the developer goes, well, what do we need to do to get water?
Right.
Oh, we're gonna need some money. We need some help.
Well, Dean, what's your name, Drew?
Drew.
So
What,
back
Drew?
to your point, you always raise good points. To me, that goes back to when this ground was annexed. If those people have annexed ground and they're paying town taxes, they have a reasonable expectation that they'll have public water and sewer, or we're gonna get sued.
Correct. And a reasonable amount of time is 3 to 5 years for the town to do something to get somebody water and sewer that's on town property.
Well, there you go. And this ground out here we're talking about has been annexed for 20 years.
But every annexation says they have to bring the water and sewer on and in through their property. That's not our job. That's why we have the annexation. It's in every single one of them. It's a standard border we put in there. They have to extend it to them. They have to do this. They have to do this to the land. That's what we do.
And there hasn't been any reasonable expectation in the last 20 years for those particular ones that you're discussing. So again, it's a double edge. I mean, I get it. If we're gonna approve it today, I just wanna make sure that we're on the same page with what our capacities are, what document we're gonna use, what formula we're gonna use, so that when we come in the next time, bang, this is where we are.
Let's work on that for our next month's meeting. We'll put the time together to go through the capacity report. And then you all have to identify some assumptions in that capacity report that are gonna affect your bottom line numbers. But I think you have to decide what you think is best for the town and the Utilities Commission, Boonsboro, Keedysville, what's the best? And then how does that fit back into this? Don't let the capacity management drive your decisions on how you want to run this utility. Don't let the process drive your decisions. What's reasonable? I mean, obviously, I would say if we're talking about Greystone, or was it South Mountain, something?
Behind my house.
Village in South Mountain.
The village at South Mountain. If you want to talk about them, someone has now thrown out an idea of 1,900 units. Well, you know what? We're gonna have to start talking about that.
We were talking, let's go to
We're gonna have to talk about it again, it's the perfect example. When do you plan for it? What I would do is I would take this schedule, in a perfect world, it was wanting 100 taps every year for 12 years. Okay, we need to do something so that our water system has enough water for 100 taps this year, 100 taps this year, 100 taps this year. That's why you ask in big projects like that, what is the phasing plan? So that we can have capacities available. It's not our job, nor should it be, to build enormous amounts of capacity waiting for people to build. And the reason I say that is because we're government. Why would we extract taxes and fees out of all these people to build capacity?
And never
But
happened.
And
somebody
never
else takes
happened.
advantage of it.
Exactly.
Never happened.
So what you do is you stay a little bit ahead of it. You always want, if you want to run efficiently, you want your plants running at 80 or 90%. That's where you want them running. That's when they run the best.
The best at 80 or 90%. Slower they run, better they run.
You're talking wastewater now.
Well,
We're, I got one more thing.
Well, that's how you can find out if these developers are serious
You find out very
or,
quickly.
or if they want to be like Buck's Gap and hold everything up for 20 years, you know?
well, and I agree, you definitely need a schedule, because like you said, you want to be ahead of them. You don't want to, put a new tank and a new treatment plant out there and then find out that, yeah, we're only going to build 20 homes, not 100 this year.
The issue is that your window of things that you need to think about as a utilities commission is a 15 to 20 year window. You need to have your eyes on it, right? I'm not saying you gotta account for all the usage, but you gotta be paying attention, and where you see opportunities or where things are gonna happen, you take advantage of it as best you can.
But I gotta throw something out here, the new down the block. At what point do we determine, where does density fall into this?
Density's on the planning commission side. You guys don't get the density issue. As residents and people, you can certainly.
But can't we control density by taps?
Absolutely you can.
All right, that's the point, that's where I'm going. I heard multiple times in here and at the Legion about Cromwell and Newmarket. 500 acres, if I remember the numbers right, 500 acres, 500 homes. They are no side yards. And you're talking out here at 500, or 500 acres, 1,000 homes?
That does good for the community.
Like, I guess what I'm saying is, to see it in life, and I drove over there on the 27th. Wife and I drove over just to look around. And if between stormwater management ponds and clean outs, it looked like a picket fence in multiple directions. And when you look at it, and which is not a whole thing, but I'll just say it because it's on my mind. Homes between 700,000 and 850, 900,000. If they're anything like they're going to plan in here, if it ever comes to fruition, somebody better have an idea of what they want. Because if that's transposed over there, what's over at Cromwell is transposed here. It's a massive change for the town of Boonsboro. So, I mean, I don't know all the workings by any stretch.
If you all apply via your planning commission to town council, lower densities, it will require less taps. It's that easy. I mean, if you take a piece of land that's 50 acres, you put 10 units per acre on there, or you only let them put 20 units per acre, you're gonna have to supply less taps. Easier for the town.
What if you let them put 1 unit per acre?
1 unit per acre.
You know what my idea is.
I know what your idea is.
10 units per acre.
And I do believe there's a market for it. Is there a market for all 500 acres, 700 acres we have undeveloped? Probably not. But yeah, I'm sure selling estate lots around here would go very well.
There's more of an acre for the market for state lots than there are for 1,055 mobile homes. And believe me, Mr. Baker, dear old friend, I'll be pushing that.
Well, there's something that, my wife and I went through the two homes. There's two homes side by side, and there's two options to each home. 55 and older. And there was no way would we live in that house to walk from the basement to the second floor.
Amen.
So it's a townhouse.
No, it's two floors. There's the second floor and the first floor and the basement, and it's a house.
Is
But
it
by the
sort
time
of
you
like,
walk from the basement to the second floor, and it's 55 and older.
is it sort of like the ones up there by
Okay.
Sheets?
That's
Is it sort of like the ones there by Sheets coming this way? The houses like that?
Well, no, they're not. They're
They're more like a.
they're the villa. I got a picture of the villa. The villa was, I think, 5 units, A block, and the yard was in the front only. There was no side yard. Now, I mean, I don't want to try to make it sound like it shouldn't be, but looking or seeing is believing.
I wouldn't live in Sycamore Run.
There's people gotta get variances for decks.
Sycamore Run will look good
I wouldn't live in Sycamore
compared to
Run.
this. I think if I equate the 500 homes with, and I thought he said 500 acres,
No, it's not 500 out here, Nelson. It's less than 500 acres. Much less.
but they're talking about 1,000 homes, right?
Okay.
Okay, that's
around
what I'm
300.
trying to,
Yeah.
look at that. Look at that, and then look at, double it here.
We're gonna have a vacancy on the planning commission pretty soon. You should apply and resign from this commission.
Come on, Eric.
Anyway,
serve
we
on
approved
two
7
commissions.
taps.
Eric's building up his war chest.
Guys, they're big issues. They need to be talked about. And the more we talk about them, the more you get an understanding from each other. We are not solved. These are problems that have been faced by many municipalities in different parts. You know, we're doing what we're supposed to do. We're identifying problems. You're hiring engineers to fix the problems. You're approving contracts to fix the issues. You're working. You're going down the road. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're just having to figure out how far in advance do you want to cut off thinking about capacity. I mean, the ultimate hammer, based on the way we've set it up, is once the site plan comes to you all for taps and there's no more taps, you're done. But I think what everybody's saying here, that's rude to make somebody go through all of that knowing damn well you don't have the taps. I mean, we're gonna have an idea each year where we are. And maybe what we do is each January or each February, we do a true up. Here's the numbers for the next 12 months. Here are the capacities for the next 12 months. Here it is.
And we got a lot going on this year, we may find more water capacity too.
Again, and that's why these guys matter, because they're the ones running the system and can tell us what the problems are with the system. Can it handle these things? Pete, can you handle more sewage if you had it? Can you handle more water? Okay. Those are the reservoir, the loss, those issues, but we need to factor that in. That needs to come into the same plan.
God help us if the reservoir doesn't solve some of our water loss.
And the new meters.
Oh, the meters are every little bit chipping away at it.
Anyway.
So I heard send the backup information tomorrow.
We
Got
approved it, right?
What's
We
that?
already approved it, right?
Yes, yes, they approved
Yeah.
7.
All right, was that streets and connections? Did we cover that?
We did not.
No,
All right.
we're on Kufner property now.
Property.
Okay, here's the Kufner property. They're not gonna develop this, not where the farm is. They're gonna develop over here is where they want to develop.
And how much is that?
How many units?
How many acres, how whatever?
48 acres.
48 acres, okay.
48 acres, you're talking about somewhere between 62 and 68 units is what the numbers they've been throwing out.
That was been for a while.
They haven't submitted anything formally or anything else, but we do have an interesting situation. As you all well know, we're getting ready to do the Crestview. That's where we're gonna run this bypass line right here. Right up Potomac Street, King Road. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
We have an opportunity here to put in the connection for Kuffner on this 12-inch line. What I mean by that, that's the driveway. You see that there? See this driveway here?
Yes.
Okay, that corresponds to this driveway here. We go down to the sewer, Pete goes down here to the sewer plant. This goes into Kuffner. Is everybody with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So when Kuffner does decide to move forward with his plans, the first thing he's gonna have to do to get water to his site is he has to cut into that 12-inch line. That's our primary source to feed the reservoir once it's completed.
At 100 and some PSI. I mean, possible, but.
It is. But developer's willing to pay to put the T in the valves. So that in the future, when it comes time to hook up, Pete doesn't have to shut the main line down. They've got it already valved off. And they can just connect to it, go underneath the road, whenever that time is. This is one of those things that's an opportunity. I would recommend, even if Kuffner's weren't getting ready to do anything, I would still say put a T in. And the reason for it is it's gonna make Greg's life a nightmare and Pete's life a nightmare if you gotta shut that line down, because what you have to do is run it through Crestview at the higher pressures or it's not gonna fill the reservoir. So my recommendation to put a T in there, I'm making that recommendation whether or not we pay for it or the developer pays for it. But in this particular situation, they're willing to pay for it.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it unless the developer pays for it. You can always do a live tap and never shut that line down. Box tap, you can do a live tap on that 12-inch main and not touch that water capacity going through that line.
They can.
So I would make the developer, if you're saying the developer's gonna pay for it, it ain't gonna hurt anything.
No. He has an incentive to do it.
Yeah.
To come back and do it the way Greg says costs about 5 times as much money. That's why they offered to pay for it, because it saves them a ton of money. And for our contract, for HRI to put a T in it, it's nothing. They just order the part, they just put it in, they're not gonna care. And Greg, I know you can do the taps, and I've done them, and they work, but I'd rather have a solid 12-inch T in there more than anything else. Now, they'll have to put a PRV vault on their side, they'll have to do something there.
I was gonna say, aren't we gonna go back down the same rabbit hole with Crestview if we don't put some kind of a?
But we know it's high pressure, so we tell them they have to put in a PRV vault
Okay,
at their expense,
okay.
on their land.
Is that
Okay.
going to?
You just make them restrain it and put concrete kickers in. And you can do just make it because of that high pressure that Lauren was just talking about. The reason I said tap through is so that the town don't have to foot the bill, because I don't think the town should have to pay any of it, but if the developer's willing to put it in there, do it now, it ain't gonna hurt nothing.
I agree. I say it only from an operational standpoint. Of anything that I see that messes with the operation of the way the system works, primary sewer lines, primary water lines that fill reservoirs, anything to avoid a shutdown of that in the future just makes the operator's life easier.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could do a hot tap one, that wouldn't be a problem, but you're saying it would be a lot better if it's done now.
It would be better if they put a T in with valves.
So what I'm asking is, can I ask HRI for a change order to put a 12-inch T in, 3 12-inch valves at their cost? If we present it to the developer and he says, I'm not gonna pay that, fine, we'll just go without you, go right on down the road.
HRI would be able to split the cost to show everything associated with it.
Yeah, the developers, we were just gonna check.
That's what I'm going to tell him. Here's the change order for us to put in that. If you're willing to pay that, we'll put it in.
If it's paid by the time they get to that
Or
part.
no, it needs to be paid before we sign the change order.
Well, I mean.
And shouldn't there be an MOU or something? I mean,
I mean, you could.
Better have one.
I'm
'cause
just,
then
I'm
you'll come
all
back.
about just document. I mean, this bullshit of just like, well, Bobby did this and Tommy did that. No, it needs to be written down. It needs to be documented.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who paid for what, why they paid for it, what's in there.
So he doesn't come back and they start to develop and say, we want concessions.
Okay, absolutely. I
This
have no
is the
problem with that.
MOU, this is what you agreed to, this is why you did it, this is why you paid this. I don't care if you ever use it.
Right.
That's not on me.
I'm fine with that. That's why I ask you all these questions. What do you need? What do you feel is acceptable?
That's the document.
Well, so what we'll do is if they want to do that, we'll get a price from the contractor. We'll say, if you're in agreement with this, let's write up an MOU. Here, then I'll bring it back to you all. You can approve it. Then it can go forward like
That's
that.
just my opinion. I don't like this.
No, you're right. He pays.
Does he have a particular time frame he's looking at?
That he's told us,
Yeah.
they're probably about 6 months out from submitting anything.
Now, how close is he to the baseball field?
Right up against it.
Do they affect the wooded area? Is that gonna be?
It's all, the wooded area is almost all in the floodplain. So they're gonna end up dedicating that to the town. What we need to look for, what I told them in the designs, there's gonna be a couple of elements the planning commission's gonna be reviewing. One, we gotta figure out a way to get to Pete's pump station. If you look at the legal plats, this is what we own, it's a giant panhandle. And legally, we are supposed to drive down this panhandle to the pump station. That is not what happens. Mr. Cuffner lets the guys use a driveway here, it goes right to here. You've been using that the whole time that pump station's been there, haven't you? Yep. So my point is, we're gonna get all this land where these trees are anyway, because that's where the stream is, so that's all the floodplain. But they're gonna give us the floodplain and the open space, give us the streams, they always do. They can't do anything with it. You can't build a house on them, you can't do nothing.
Donate that because we're coming.
Yeah, well, that's what they say, they're like, well, it's not usable, so it doesn't count.
We got more land than that. We actually have a baseball field.
Right, so what I told them, they're gonna have to have some sort of a walking trail system that connects Schaefer Park to the baseball fields. Something for kids to be able to, or whatever, to be able to go down here. So if somebody up here in town has a kid in baseball, they can walk a trail and just walk right to this baseball field. As well as they're gonna have road connections that go up into TT and K. This is TT and K up here.
That's all fine and well.
Mhm.
And the other development, if it ever happens, we don't know how that's gonna affect Monroe Road and the ball fields and.
Nope. Not yet.
But the ball field has got a 25-year lease right now.
I think it's like 99 years, actually.
I'm pretty sure when I negotiated a 25-year lease with, when I was on the council.
She says like 99 things.
Oh, it's 90?
It's a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think they did up it, so.
Well, I have my marching orders. I'll get a price from HRI. Send it to the developer. If he's interested, then we'll develop an MOU.
Can you make a restraining input megalobs on it?
Absolutely. There'll be a detail. There'll be a full detail.
Especially the time they just got the megalobs on, they don't have to put it that high pressure, I'd say make a restraining.
Okay.
I'd rather have something holding all that pressure back.
I'm just putting it on live so people heard me say it. So I can't blame me when I'm not here.
Okay.
Anything else? All right, Pete, you wanna go first with the, super?
I'll start with the water side. Everything's running good and smooth on the water side, no problems to report. I don't know if you all know about the incident that happened in Keysville. There was two nights in a row that it was vandalized over there. First night they broke the new gate, they just put in all up, the gate opener and all that, and tore the wires all out and beat it up. Second night they came back, cut the wires, went inside the fenced-in area where the plant is actually itself, and shut the plant down. So, I don't know if everybody knows that, I just wanted to tell you what happened over there. Other than that, all the water plant, everything's running good. It's fixed back up earlier, the gate's working again now. They put cameras everywhere over there now. So if anybody comes in there now, they're gonna be videotaped and we'll catch them.
Now, was that Keysville that
Yeah, that was key.
at their expense.
We do have cameras on our water plant already, but we do not have nothing like that in Raleigh. So there's always potential that could happen there, you never know, so. But, other than that, on the water side, everything's good. On the sewer side, everything's running really smooth right now. We did finish, putting the other pump in on Route 34, that's all completed and done. It's running good, working great. For Young Avenue, we finally did, I heard back from M&M finally, and they said that it would be more reasonable to just get a new pump for Young Avenue because the parts are almost the exact same as getting a new pump. So I got the new pump ordered, and it's like a little over $8,000 for the pump. It should be getting here hopefully there's really no big time frame. I'm hoping within 6 weeks. So, it's still, pumps are hard to get right away. I mean, it takes forever to get them out. But sewer plant's running well, everything's looking good out there, and all the other pump stations are looking good, so. Don't need no other money, but just to get wherever we get this from.
What, they put cameras at Wally?
Well,
Because I mean, you're going to be ahead of it, then you'd be behind.
I know, and there's something like in the plans for when the reservoir gets done, when they do cameras up there, they're supposed to try to get them everywhere now. Wasn't that one of the things where we were looking at?
I thought we had included cameras at the reservoir and all the other water supply.
That was a grant or something to Paul. Paul was the one that presented that to you guys. I remember. I don't know if they ever followed through with it or Paul followed through with it or not. I remember that. It's supposed to go everywhere. All your facilities should have.
I know there was talks about it, but I'm not sure, but Well 8 is the only facility that we don't have something watching it, or camera or whatever. Everything else does.
So the only thing you have down at Well 8 is electric, right?
Right.
You wouldn't have any internet?
No,
Cable or anything.
no, I mean, I'm sure it's all back through the
I
development.
mean, yeah, antenna cable and Comcast are in my development back there.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be that hard to get it there.
I guess, Rachel, if we get a price for a camera back at Well 8,
Just Wally. Just Wally.
That's how many water source.
Could we put that on like what the police department's doing with their camera system? Can we add on to that?
there isn't anything back there that would help to do that right now. It might be just a simple camera setup that we can just monitor.
Until you figure it out, Pete, just buy a trail camera. I'm telling you. Just buy a trail camera, put it up back there. I use it
And I
all the
was
time.
thinking about that too.
Just set it up there until she can figure out how to get you. You're talking $100, less than $100, you get a trail camera. Put a card inside of it, put batteries in it, set it up there by the gate. You'll catch whoever comes in and out of there every single time.
Well, we have electric, I mean, you can put,
You need to put it somewhere where they can't actually take it.
See it, but there now, they'll send a picture right to your phone. Mine sends a picture to my phone. You walk up, take mine. I know who you are. You take it, but I know who you are by the time you took it.
I mean, it is a good suggestion in the interim. They're not that expensive, and at least you'll get some kind of an alert.
I'll show you one I have tomorrow. Stop down shop.
Yeah, definitely, Rachel, I think it would be better to try to move forward with something there at Well 8, because, you don't want to vandalize and then.
Especially with it being, we're looking back next to a cornfield and, I mean, we got houses in front of it, but anybody can walk through the field and come up here on the other side. Nobody's never gonna notice and they're gonna do whatever.
It's
Just like they
gated.
did over in Keedysville. They walked through
It's
the field.
gated though, right?
It's gated, yeah, but it didn't stop in Keedysville.
No, I know,
They cut the fence and came in,
right.
shut the whole plant down.
That's just crazy.
Electrified.
Yeah.
That went across my mind, but I don't think it's gonna hold up the court.
I'm not doing that either.
Hook a 220 up to that bad boy.
You put the sign in the middle and not out on the fence, right?
You put it back.
Electrified, yeah, okay. Oops, I forgot that.
Yeah.
See, in federal prison. What's,
All right, Greg.
Oh, I've got Dean South. They're putting in the last little bit of water line on Dean South, which A6 from Mapleville Avenue. They've installed the 3 valves last week and they're coming down the street and all the water will be finished out there. Be completed. They built a model. Now they get ready to build a model for the old folks, 55 and older. That should be,
Old folks.
yeah, 55 and older. I'm almost there. All you older folks, 55 and older, see you guys, great, yes.
Easy, brother, easy.
Yeah, I got a hard bar school.
You ain't that far from it.
Good luck.
We did receive our pipe hunter, which is our hydro excavator and our flusher. If any guys want to see it, it's down there sitting in my garage. It has to stay where it's heated, so we've got to keep it inside. We are going to start a sewer flushing program, so every line in town will be flushed once a year. So I'm not saying it's going to stop all your backups, but it'll do 90% of them.
So you may do it from the T's.
Yeah, a lady called in today, who had 109 Orchard, and said that she had a problem right now from Mr. Kitchen, and ended up being her trees in, and she's just got major roots. The plumber can't even get through them. But our system's flowing. I went upstream, checked it, downstream checked it, we took pictures of it, and it's not on us. It's definitely on her.
Now, does this thing have cutters on it?
It's not. You can buy cutters for it. It's got high pressure jets. I did take it through one line and took out the roots with it, just with the high pressure work. And it's pretty much.
There's like 8.
A high pressure will cut right through asphalt.
Yeah.
It'll take your foot off.
Yeah, so it's a combo. It'll do both. So that's why we bought it that way. So when we get these leaks down around all these fiber optics, we can hydro excavate out instead of putting the machine or having the hand dig 5 feet in the ground. Should make a big difference. It'll be around longer than any of us sit here will ever be here.
Especially the old
feet
folks.
can you project water out?
Yeah.
Touche.
That's all I have. Everybody's been quiet.
Brick wall.
Wow.
All right, everybody said everything. Anybody else have any questions, concerns? Can we get a motion to adjourn?
Bobby's not here. Make a motion to adjourn.
All right, I'll second that.
We can't leave.
We'll sit here next month.
We're all confused.
Very productive, thank you.
Can't leave it.
Did we contact WRA to get them to change that in specs?
Scott lives the one.
In our specs?
Yeah. They have to change it. They already have treated, so we already have the drawings.
Why are you all
They're already sent us the drawings.
They're the ones that said our specs.
Yeah.
I texted.
Me and Brian did all the messages. So all we have to do is take what Jason sent us, send it over to him, and say, hey, we need to take out this stuff.
All right, see ya.
Send an email to him.
I'll tell you one thing, Hadley's gonna have him on the ball.
That comes
I
back.
won't get like you
It's
were
gonna be
meeting
all
that's
over.
the same night,
25
same
December,
time as
25.
Alex goes to the high school.
Oh,
Rachel never put one out for me.
Oh, my God.
well, then you'll miss how we're gonna get all of our money.
What did Rachel not do? What did Rachel not do?
I forgot who was putting the nameplates out. I think it was you, but it was your
I
dad.
said, how do you know where to sit?
Did you forget who you were,
I
Tony?
did not. Terry was
We need-
worried.
We need
Terry
to
was
stay in a
worried.
house in the old folks neighborhood. You forget who you are?
I didn't know where I was sitting, but I told him I just sat with a real estate agent.
There's actually somebody on the environmental committee named Spice.
Oh, that was
Came with
so much
Spice Girls
fun.
this.
No, but I mean, what other commission would somebody with Spice be on? Of course she's on
Yeah.
the
I have been a proponent.
We need to.
This conference will now be recorded.
Huh?
Exactly, you can point for bringing it up that needs their site plans approved.
And you got nothing.
But they have to
They haven't, they paid, they haven't paid.
Clearly,
20 years I've been dealing with these people out here.
So
Clearly,
what
they
point do we make them account for the tax?
And clearly, you can't just reserve them for site plans approved, because then they're not paying.
Right.
That's why.
And who knows if they go under?
Site
What
plans
happens when they go
approved,
under?
just like the top. Site plans approved, the planning commission, they need to really up their water sewer tax.
Well, plus, he has brought me,
And then
he brought me 20 homes that I had to put in our system
Who
and
did?
invoice through. So they should be accountable for those. They should pay for their excise tax and they should pay for the tap, water and sewer tax. Because that's income that we could be
Ever since I was,
generating interest off of.
ever since I was the head of the commission, and Eric was on it with me and one of the councils, I argued the fact that these need to be paid.
Yep. I mean, I understand you
Right?
want to do it in phases.
We have argued for years that
But
these taps
then
need to be
Drew
paid.
doesn't bring me this. Don't bring him this to me.
And like Fox Gap, I think 3 years is long enough to hold the taps.
And they're like, oh, that's so-and-so.
They
I'm a
did
little
pay
reluctant
for
to hold it that
some.
way.
They paid for some, but I think all of those went to the post office.
So he gave me a thumb.
Well, he don't
The
own
Easter
it.
eggs. No, but they paid for them and they transferred to the post office, right?
Has Highs paid for theirs?
No, we just approved those tonight. We have not even invoiced them.
Oh, we just approved Highs in their building?
We didn't just approve.
We didn't
Highs.
Well, I mean,
Highs.
sorry, I'm talking about McDonald's.
No.
Eyes, yes, Eyes did pay for theirs.
Highs paid for that.
Eyes did pay for theirs. Sorry, I'm
Theirs was
getting
like
McDonald's.
6 or 8, wasn't it? 6 or 8.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's-
Now, I think when we discussed this at the utilities commission, before they dump a shovel in the ground, the utilities should be paid.
Well, yeah, and I'm having issues with all the excise tax that we have to pay Washington County, and yet the builder hasn't paid us.
Did you put my point about that?
So we're showing it out.
Did you put my point about that? If we need more money? I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I think it's all about the different types of accounts.
Well, we do, they are different interest rates, but they're not that different. I mean,
That was
one's
only
like, one's like 3.5 and one's 4.5. They're not dramatic.
I mean, I can look at the treasury report and there's
It's just,
a,
I'm
there's
sorry,
a
it just caught my
part,
eye.
there's a section that we
1.4
don't
million,
give
I
you
think.
for year-to-date interest.
Yeah.
So I think that was the monthly interest.
So was the other ones. The 1,300 was monthly.
They shouldn't be that. You were right to point it out. I'll have
It just caught my eye. I didn't mean,
No,
get the-
no, that's the kind of thing that, you know, we'd like to see it every month, and I just don't really stop and question it, but you're absolutely right.
Were we in a transition with that one fund of
I
moving
don't
it?
know. I don't know.
we could have
because
been, I mean,
wasn't involved in
that
it.
could have been for a partial.
Yeah, I think we might have been in transition. We were putting stuff, were we putting stuff over to First United?
I don't know if that's what it was. I'll have Justin look
Yeah, I
at
don't
it.
think
He
it was
likes
that
having
particular
little
account.
projects.
We probably been involved.